In my life, I never seen melanin so dark. You're a queen of the dance floor. Night for your light when I rubbish scene, baby. Would you put me in your diary? In my life, I never seen.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to La Vie del C. If you are new, welcome to my family. Welcome to my life. Today I am sharing a couple things. Well, I'm starting with something that I'm gonna be sharing in a series of episodes with you guys. I will be sharing some stories that drew me away from God, but at the same time they are the same stories or the same things that ended up being an instrument that brought me close to God. Today I am doing the first one, and you will see what by the title what it is about. Yeah, so let's get right into the video. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is I'm trying to be very hyped like right now so that I can like cool myself down for the intensity of the story, just because it's a really sensitive one for me to have to share on the internet. But it is part of my story, and it is one of the first times, I guess I could say, that I really knew for a fact that I heard the voice of God speak to me and lead me and guide me. So at the age of 11, that was in 2008, it was during the school year, but like near the end of the school year on a Sunday. I remember almost everything. Obviously with time your memory can fail you, but I remember pretty clearly everything. I was molested and nearly raped by, I believe he was around 21 years old at the time, and I was 11. So I remember I was playing with my friends in the, I guess, yard of the house where I resided with my aunt. And let me rewind a little bit. On that Sunday I did not go to church because I did not. Okay, in Haiti, this is the thing, okay? If you don't prepare to go to church at the age of 11, you don't prepare your clothes, you're not going to church. Because at that point, it's your responsibility to know that you have church to go to and to get yourself to church, period. But anyways, I didn't do it. I ended up not preparing anything to go to church. So my aunt went to church without me, and it's not like something that she wasn't used to doing. Like, I'm 11 at that time, you're allowed to stay at home. I have friends that I usually play with. It's nothing wrong, nothing bad has ever happened before whenever she had left me home before. So she went to church and I was home playing with my friends in the yard. And in the house that we lived in, somebody else, like the lady that owned the place, she lived there with her sons and her family. And then she had one son who did not go to church, I guess, that Sunday either. And I am very sure at the time, like, he used to smoke a lot, like probably do other types of drugs, but he was smoking and everything. And I remember he sent all of my friends home. Like, obviously this is his mother's playground, so he can do whatever he wants. He told them to go, leave, go away, like go to their home. And then he called me in my mind as a child, I was just like, oh, like normally when an elder person call me, they're usually asking me to do something for them, like do a service for them, like go buy them something or whatever. So I went to him not thinking anything of it, and he called me into the house, and I went just thinking, like, this guy's, I had no negative thought that he was gonna do anything to me. But he ended up placing me on his bed and began to touch me. I remember the dress I was wearing. I was wearing a pink little flowery dress. Like it was long, probably like to my ankle. And I had the house key in my hands, or attached to the dress, I remember. And he was already touching me. I can't even have eye contact with you guys right now. He was touching me in places that I knew at that age I already felt uncomfortable, that he shouldn't have been touching me. And he was trying to finger me, basically, and it hurt. Okay, at the time it was hurting me. I was in pain, and I tried to scream, I tried to raise my voice, but he ended up placing his hand over my mouth, and he was telling me and whispering to me, oh, don't make any noise, don't make any noise. And he pulled himself out and was looking to penetrate me, basically. And he was telling me that it wasn't gonna hurt, it's not gonna hurt, it's not gonna hurt you, don't worry, it's not gonna hurt you. And me, my heart is beating out of my chest. I'm scared, and all of a sudden I hear a voice. And at that age I knew it was like, it couldn't have been my voice, so I knew that it was God who preserved me. I heard a voice tell me, tell him that you're gonna go use the washroom and that you are coming back to him. Tell him that you're gonna go use the washroom, you just need to use the washroom, you're gonna come back to him. And so at this point he had removed his hand off of my mouth, and I uttered the words and I said, I'm just gonna use the toilet. Pour moun ki pale créole yo, mwen di m'ap soti m'poal nan toilette, m'ap retourne m'ap fin jwen nou. And I don't know, by the grace, obviously God orchestrated it. He believed me. He believed me, like he really believed I was gonna come back. Anyways, but that was God's way of taking me out of that situation. So he let me go, and he stayed inside the house, really truly believing that I was coming back to him. And I remember I took the keys, I held them tight into my hands, and I went across the house. I held them because I didn't want the keys to make noise as I left, and I ran over to my aunt's house, a friend who did not live too far from where we lived. And I ended up staying there until the time that I knew that my aunt would have come back from church. And when I went back to the house that evening, I saw him. He was walking. I saw him walking, and I walked so far from him. And he told me, oh, you owe me. Ou dwe mwi? Paske te di wap vini ou pat vini. He's telling me that I owe him because I told him I was coming back and I never did. And in my mind, I'm like, this guy is crazy. This person, like, I'm literally afraid of you. I spent that entire night not saying anything to my aunt because I was so scared that she was gonna blame me. I was scared that she was gonna whip me, like I was just like, what just happened? I knew it was wrong, and I knew I have to tell her because it was killing me all night to tell her. And the next morning I told my aunt about it, and we ended up, whatever needed to happen, process happened, and we ended up leaving that house. And getting away from the situation. But the reason why I know that it was God that whispered that thing to me is because I like my mind, I'm like, I'm done for in my mind. And this was Sunday. The Monday I go to school, I find out that a colleague of mine, she was actually 1 year younger than me because she was 1 grade under me. She was raped by multiple men on the Saturday, like around 6 p.m. Around 6 p.m. she was raped. Her mom came to pick up her report card and was telling us about how she was at the hospital. She was bleeding. She had bled so much from her rape. And me at the age of 11, I'm thinking, what the heck? This almost happened to me yesterday, but it would have happened to me by one person, and God preserved me from it. And now another girl who's younger than me, around 6 p.m., is raped in the streets by multiple people, and she's in the hospital, and I'm here, I'm safe. I was kept from experiencing the rape to its fullest, and somebody else experienced it. And at that point, I knew that at that point I was favored by God. I didn't necessarily know the reason why I was favored by God, but I knew I was favored by God, and I carried that with me. I would always go back to the time, God, you preserved me. God, you whispered into my ears. God, you protected me. But that same thing that I knew that God favored me from, it also ended up being a reason that led me into different paths that I shouldn't have gone to, that led me to do things that I knew was not in the character of God, but I ended up doing them anyways. That experience ended up being an open door for the enemy to come into my life and lead me astray from the presence of God. I'm gonna stop the story here and continue on with the next episode. You guys will find out more on what that led to and how, and by the end of all of this, I will explain more to you guys on how these stories drew me away from God but also brought me close to God. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you want to see more, give a thumbs up, comment any questions or any suggestions, anything that you guys want to share with me. Comment it. I will be sure to answer you guys. Like the video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Just do it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos to come, and I will also be doing some fun videos. I will not just be putting heavy stories on here. I'll be doing some fun stuff as well. So subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment and share the love. Mwah! See you guys next time.